Hello, good afternoon. Luke here at DJ Weaver and Landau with another new to stock video walk around. Here today we have a BMW 330e Xdrive M Sport. Doing a quick walk around at the outside of the car very quickly, just because the rain is just starting to come, and I do like to do these when the car is dry. Going around the outside of the car just to make sure we've got no major damage, dents and dings. Once we've done that, we'll have a look at the alloy wheels and then make our way inside the car. No problems on the passenger side, tailgate looking good as well. Small little shopping dent or chip on the door there at the top. Got a touch-up stick on order to sort that out. But the rest of the car is in really good condition. Onto the bonnet here, make sure we haven't got any significant stone chips. That's all looking really good there. Wing mirror cap on the passenger side. Up onto the roof. Unlikely to have had a bike rack or roof box on this, but we might as well check. No dents there, all looking good. Left hand wing mirror cap, no scuffs there. And then just across the windscreen to make sure we haven't got any major chips or cracks. But that's all looking really good. Okay, so we've got these 19-inch gloss black alloy wheels starting on the rear driver's side. No problems there to report. We've also got the blue calipers on this. I'm not sure that's standard. Front driver's side, again, looking good. A little bit of curbing that's been touched in there at 7 o'clock. But apart from that, it's looking good. Front passenger side, again, a little bit of curbing that's been touched in. That's at 2 o'clock there. Apart from that, wheels looking good. And then last but not least, our rear passenger side. And I got nothing to say about that one. Coming into the car then, we'll start with the boot. It's not a power tailgate, but they will do a sort of soft open when you hold down the button on the key. Coming in here, make sure we haven't got any major damage from bulky items sliding around. I have left the charging wires in here. I'll just show you that I'm not hiding anything back there. Obviously, just to demonstrate they are in the car. So that's the 3-pin Type 2 charger. Because it's a plug-in hybrid, you won't need a Type 2 to Type 2. However, if you did want one, we could see how much that cost for you. Coming inside the car now then, starting on the rear driver's side. No rips. No holes. Center seat there. All good. Oh, I need to have the car running to show that up. I'll do that and then we'll have a look at that from the passenger side. Rear passenger side now then. No rips, no holes, all looking good. And then down here, now that the engine's running, you've got this rear seat air conditioning, or climate control should I say. You can have it on auto or fan selector. If you have it on the fan selector, you press the button here, so it's face, feet, just feet, face and feet. If you have it on auto, which is generally I have it, self-explanatory, but temperature is the red. Up is the red and down is the blue. And then you can turn it off should you want to. Turning it back on, press the auto button. Okay. Front passenger side now then. No rips, no holes, all looking good. And then our driver's seat. All looking good. Inside the car now then, so auto lights above your right knee there, as you'd expect them to be. Front and rear electric windows, lock the rear controls, power folding mirrors at the touch of a button. Switch this left and right to then control your mirrors. Onto our steering wheel, make sure we haven't got any major wear and tear here. It's all looking good. Left hand side of the steering wheel then is cruise control speed limiter and then adjust accordingly. Right hand side then is voice controls, answer and hang up, volume controls, and flick between your different selections, whatever you've got selected on the actual infotainment trip computer here. Car has done 44,048 miles, I think it was. Where's that gone? So I'm going to pop back up for me. I'm going to have to come back to this later, have I? Fine. All right. Well, we'll come back to that in a bit when it pops up. Infotainment system then. Controlled from either the dial by here if you don't like using the touchscreen, or obviously this is a fully touchscreen as well, full touchscreen as well. So in terms of radio then, let's have a look, see how we're going to go to our sources. Oh, look, it's over here. So DAB program, no entries. How are you going to let me change between... Oh, look. Oh, DAB and FM all appear in one list by the looks of it. Okay, cool. No problem. And then down here, I'm going to press home to go back to where we started. Comms then is going to be connecting your mobile phone. My phone is connected because I did that for the photos. Map, because we've got built-in sat-nav if you'd like to use that. Obviously, you're built in. I personally use Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which comes through a USB slot here in this sort of... touch sensitive cover here for your drinks holders. Back to home then, you've got just maps, you've got comms, and then you've got the digital services here to access the BMW Assistant and all of that sort of stuff that you can have from in here. And then we would like to just go back to home, and then very quickly I'm just going to bring up the service history. Okie dokie, so service history on this car then. So we've got 21, I assume that's sort of a PDI. Then you've got 22. Then as required at 26,973 miles, you have one in 2024. Another one in 2024 at 29,000, and then on time again for the 2026, 44,622. So servicing's all good on this car. The only thing is it does need an oil change, which we would do before you took delivery, because 3,400 miles isn't a huge amount, so it just needs a oil change. And then this is cooking on gas. Climate control then is all controlled from the buttons by here, nothing on the screen. Heated driver's seat, heated passenger seat, auto to auto regulate, temperature for passenger and driver left and right, fans for passenger and driver left and right, and then fan speed as well. Being a plug-in hybrid, you've got a couple of different modes down here, but the electric here will put you into the maximum electric driving, so power and speed is reduced. Mileage on this car, it's saying 17 miles. When I fully charged it and hadn't been sat in it playing with it, we were talking around about 21 miles by the looks of it from the battery. But if you're not, if you don't care about that and you do want to have it in the sport mode, you've obviously got all of these sorts of drive settings here. But let's have a quick look under the bonnet. Quickly here then, just before I get absolutely soaked, just to demonstrate this obviously clean and tidy and well presented. Thank you very much.